starting today, you're going to look at that video.
I didn't record.
You're going to remind yourself that contract you just made. And like I said earlier, you know how bad it feels when somebody else breaks a contract with you. When somebody else breaks a promise that they've made to you. Too many times you're so busy having conversations with other individuals, you forget to have a conversation with the most important person, which is yourself. I can't change, and you can't change where you come from. But every individual in this room can change where they're going. But in order to do that, you have to know where you're going, where the destination is. You know how people always say it's about the journey and not the destination? Well, why in the hell take the journey if you don't know where in the hell you're going? You get to the destination, then you set the next destination, then you set the next destination. When you use Google Maps, Waze, whatever else to find directions, there's a start and there's an end, right? You don't go punch in journey in there and see what the hell it says. Know exactly where you're going. Know exactly where you're going. How many times have people told you, stay in your lane? Who the hell are you to tell me to stay in my lane? You know why people tell you to stay in your lane? So they can pass you up. They're not looking out for you, they're looking out for themselves. They're looking out for themselves. Greatness is in all of us, folks. It's in every single individual in here. But let's be honest, because I'm all about honesty. For a lot of individuals, that's exactly where it's going to stay. That's exactly where it's going to stay. To have what you want, you have to know exactly who you are. To have what you want, you need to know exactly who you are. And too many times, we don't know who we are anymore. I know exactly who I am. I have no right to judge anybody else. And no one has the right to judge you. Not a single individual. Remember, when people are judging you, when they're talking about you, that means you're different. And you know what different does? Different scares people.
Yeah.
I want everybody in here not only to see where they're going, but have that vision that only you can see. You know how many times you get individuals that say, oh, man, they don't believe in my dreams. I'm about to break my promise right now. They're your fucking dreams.
Finally did it. Finally did it.
It doesn't matter if anybody else believes in them. You have to believe in them. You have to execute them. You have to understand them. You know how people say, man, the dreams are dancing in my head. They're dancing in my head. You know why they're dancing in your head? Because they want to live. They want to live. Remember when I talked about nightmares earlier? That's what's going on. Those are your dreams. Those are your challenges. Those are your wins that are saying, let me out. Let me out. And if you don't let me out, you know what they're going to do? They're going to dance right into somebody else's head. And those persons are going to have your wins for you. And you're going to be watching them celebrate. It's on fire, ain't it? Huh? And bringing that up, listen, too many individuals in this room. You want the flame, but you don't want to touch that fire. I'm not an individual that gets on stage that plays with your heart, your heartstrings. I don't do that. I rip your heart out of your chest. And I let you look at it so you can understand what makes it beat. Every individual in this room, you're going to have fear. Fear is a great thing. It is a great, great thing. Fear is an instinct. That means you're pushing yourself. That means you're challenging yourself. That means your goals and your dreams are so big that they are scaring you. But you know what you can't have? You can't have doubt. There's a huge difference between fear and doubt. Fear is an instinct. Doubt is created by you. You create doubt. I can't do this. Or somebody tells you you can't do this. If you lack confidence, that means somebody took your confidence from you. You didn't lose it. Go find that individual and get it back. Or go find that situation and get it back. Claim what is yours. Nobody can take anything away from you unless you give them permission. Unless you give them permission. No one can put anything in your mind unless you give them permission. Nobody can own the real estate up here unless you give them permission. those people cannot have a vote. And the individuals I'm talking about sometimes are the closest individuals to you. I don't have a whole lot of friends. I got tons of allies. And the difference between friends and allies, friends tell you what you want to hear. Allies tell you what you need to hear. Surround yourself with allies. And sometimes your allies aren't even your friends. But they'll always tell you what you need to hear. And for the best of the best, they already know. They already know. Talent is an opportunity. It's not a promise. It's not a promise. Earlier when I said every individual here is talented, you are talented, but it's not a promise to success. It is not. You control a lot of your destination. Where you can be, where you're gonna go. Understand what you're chasing. Understand what you are chasing. And you should be able to identify what you're chasing with one word. With one word. It could be success. It could be love. It could be happiness. It could be family. It could be freedom. Then once you identify what you're chasing, and this is very important, you have to disconnect from what's chasing you. You have to identify and disconnect from what's chasing you. Now, disconnect doesn't mean run from it. Does not mean run from it. It means to identify it, confront it, deal with it, and say goodbye to it permanently. You know what you want. You have all the ability. You have all the talent. You got to go get it now.